Christians know that they have an enemy. The enemy is attacking us, is attacking our marriage. He hates our family, right? There's no question that there is one who is the father of lies that comes against us. But we also have another enemy that's more subtle, that we often forget about, and clearly part of the biblical equation. And I'm not talking about your spouse. I'm talking about your own flesh. We are at war with our own sin and our sin nature and the old man, right? And it's so interesting to me. We've been doing marriage coaching at Turnaround Marriage for about 6 years now. And you would not believe the level of comments, the hate that we get in emails. And it's like our purpose is to help Christians who are struggling in their marriage. Like, you would think that it's one of the most purest of motives that anybody would have is to genuinely help people. Yet we see these attacks. Yes, we know it is the enemy that's attacking us. He's attacking us personally. He's attacking our calling, and even sometimes attacking our marriage. And that's what he's wanting to do. But what I want to call out today is the sinful nature. And it's interesting because a lot of times people, when they're struggling in their marriage, there's a lot of dynamics that are going on too. Of course there are. But one of the things people forget about is that they're themselves. And when fear starts dictating the way, or if anger is part of the equation, even if your spouse is to blame for a lot of the things that are going on in your marriage, if you're living in bitterness, then you actually have like a log in your own eye, as Jesus talked about. And when we're talking to people, one of the people who I'm at war with in that call is against the enemy. But I feel like I'm also at war with the sinful nature of the person that I'm speaking with. And I've done thousands of calls. And sometimes people can aim their anger at me, and it can be the frustration, the bitterness, the passing the blame on their spouse. That can come up in the call. But what I'm calling out is the new creation in Christ Jesus. That's the person I'm trying to speak to. Certainly with the people that we're working with, I'm helping them to put to death their old man, because when the old man leads the way, they're going to be casting the blame on somebody else. They're not going to want to own their sin. They're going to live in the frustration, the bitterness, or the victimhood. And they're going to stick in a place of being stuck. And when I'm on the phone with people, whether that's a potential client or a present client or even a past client, I'm helping them to remember that they've got to put to death the old man. And they've got to lead with the new creation in Christ Jesus, the one who believes upon God for greater things, the one who knows that they've been bought at a price and knows that they themselves are not victims. If anything, we're the perpetrators against God. Right? And when we can reconnect with that part of us and reconnect with who God says that we are, we're able to do great things, because God's able to do great things. And God is not going to bless us when we're leading with the frustration, bitterness, sadness, anger, loneliness. When we're leading with the old man, we're going to stay stuck forever and ever and ever. Of course we will. And so I feel like a lot of our role is calling out the very best in people and calling out the new creation in Christ Jesus. And when we do so, when we lead with that man, the new woman in Christ Jesus, it's amazing because we can partner with God for greater days yet to come, partner with God for healing. And that's what I say to a lot of our clients, like Scott and Rachel, Turnaround Marriage. We're not the healer. God is. But what we do is help you to put to death the old man. And that's where a lot of times we actually need the most help. Because yes, we have the father of lies, but he is not omnipresent. You know who is omnipresent? You and me. And we got to put to death that old man.